In the land of Egypt, beneath towering pyramids and burning desert skies, the cries of the Hebrew slaves rose day and night. They labored under crushing burdens, dragging massive stones while Egyptian guards watched with whips in hand. Though their bodies were weary, hope still flickered in their hearts. Their suffering did not go unnoticed, for their cries reached the ears of the Almighty. Far away in the quiet wilderness of Mount Horeb, an elderly shepherd named Moses encountered a holy mystery. A bush burned with fire, yet it was not consumed. Trembling, Moses knelt and removed his sandals, for he stood on sacred ground. From the flames, God called him to return to Egypt and deliver his people. Though Moses felt unworthy, God appointed his brother Aaron to stand with him, and together they obeyed. They entered Pharaoh's magnificent throne room, where power and pride ruled. Surrounded by guards and officials, Pharaoh listened with cold arrogance as Moses declared God's command, "Let my people go." Pharaoh refused. When Aaron's staff became a living serpent and swallowed the serpents of the magicians, Pharaoh's heart remained stubborn. At dawn, life along the Nile seemed peaceful until judgment fell. Aaron struck the river, and its waters turned to blood. Fish died, the river stank, and terror spread through the land. Yet Pharaoh turned away, trusting deception over truth. Soon frogs flooded Egypt, invading homes, streets, and even Pharaoh's palace. Overwhelmed, Pharaoh pleaded for relief and promised freedom, but once the frogs died and the land was cleared, his heart hardened again. Dust became lice, tormenting people and animals alike. The magicians tried and failed, admitting, "This is the finger of God." Still, Pharaoh refused to bow. Swarms of flies followed, filling Egypt with chaos, yet Goshen stood untouched, protected by divine power. Pharaoh attempted compromise, but Moses would not accept half obedience. When the flies vanished, Pharaoh broke his word once more. Livestock across Egypt died, devastating the nation's wealth, while Israel's animals remained unharmed. Even after investigating, Pharaoh chose defiance. Then Moses cast furnace soot into the sky, and painful boils covered the Egyptians. The magicians themselves collapsed in agony, utterly defeated. Still, Pharaoh would not yield. Moses warned of hail, fire, and ice falling together from the heavens. Some listened and took shelter, others ignored the warning. The storm came with terrifying force, destroying crops and lives. For a moment, Pharaoh confessed his sin, but once the skies cleared, his heart hardened again. Next came the threat of locusts. Though his officials begged him to surrender, Pharaoh resisted. He offered partial freedom, but Moses demanded complete obedience. Then the locusts came, consuming every remaining green thing, leaving Egypt stripped bare. In desperation, Pharaoh repented once more. God removed the locusts, but Pharaoh's pride returned immediately. Then Moses stretched out his hand, and thick darkness fell upon Egypt, darkness so heavy it could be felt. For 3 days, Egypt was frozen in fear, yet in Goshen, light filled every home. Pharaoh offered one final compromise, demanding the livestock stay behind. Moses refused. Furious, Pharaoh threatened Moses with death, and Moses departed after declaring the final judgment. The final plague was announced, the death of the firstborn. Fear filled the palace. God then gave his people instructions for salvation. A lamb was to be sacrificed, and its blood placed on their doorposts. That night, Hebrew families obeyed. They prepared the Passover meal, dressed to leave, staffs in hand, trusting God completely. At midnight, judgment passed through Egypt. In every home without the blood, sorrow struck, and a great cry rose throughout the land. Pharaoh awoke to unimaginable loss. Egypt mourned as one nation. Broken and defeated, Pharaoh summoned Moses and Aaron in the night and commanded them to leave at once. As dawn approached, a mighty crowd of Hebrews marched out of Egypt, men, women, children, and livestock, no longer slaves, but free. What Pharaoh's power could not stop, God's promise fulfilled. Thus, the God who hears the cry of the oppressed revealed his might, his justice, and his mercy, delivering his people with an outstretched hand.